1-2, 1-2. I just realised Jake didn't click the go live button. I've got nothing better to do with my Saturday afternoon, so I might as well commentate on this Division 3 match between Tom Skidmore and regular co-commentator Stuart Williams. Finds himself 3-1 down to Tom. Stuart played his first league game against myself last night in an exhausting Hill match. I scraped through 8-7. Stuart should have won. He was the better player throughout. Maybe he's feeling the effects a little bit. These two have played before in a Thursday night flyer. Stuart did win that. Another Hill 4-3. He was 3-0 up. And Tom come back to 3-all. And then Stuart won the Hill. But Tom started the better here. That's a dry break by Stuart. 3-1 down, race to 8. Important for Stuart to stop the Skidmore streak that he is on. Confident red, he's knocked into the top left, but the ideal cue ball. Should be able to cut this back if he can. There's an opportunity here for Tom to do some serious damage. Little kiss on the yellow is not bad at all. Hello, if you're in the chat, I'm here on my own on a Saturday, no life me. We'll commentate on some Division 3 poll down here at the MRC. Know where you're from, how you're doing. How do you think this match will go? Just checking the buttons, I don't know the buttons. Tom does get this and goes 3-1 up. Or sorry, 4-1 up. He's already at the halfway mark. Will Stuart have the fight after being involved in a marathon match last night to dig in? Trying to get down the table. Not a bad effort. He got a bit of top spin through that, come off that top cushion, and he has left a cut here down into the bottom right bag. Potential cut and potential reverse dish. Back double attempt. Doesn't quite come off for Tom. Hey Graham, good to hear from you. I'm knackered. I played Stuart last night. I completely fell apart. Was not expecting the intensity and the grind that it became. Cue broke. Had to play with a different cue. I was no confidence, worst I've played in a long time, and every time I came to the table I was snookered. It was very frustrating. Nearly lost the head. If it hadn't been Stuart, I probably would have walked off halfway through. Did not enjoy it at all. Very, very lucky to get the win in the end, but it was my worst experience, I think, on a pool table. Horrific. Stuart played very slowly last night, which I think I struggled to deal with. And we can see again, he's taking his time. Does seem to be playing a little bit quicker today than he did last night. This is an important frame for him. He needs to cover this top right bag at the very least. Coming off the yellow. It's probably the right thing to do had it have come off. But he has left this now. Clear pocket in the top right. He's got options here, Tom. (4-1) is going to be difficult for Tom. Oh, that's a wild one. He's knocked a couple of Stuart's balls off cushions as well. And that was big error by Tom Skidmore. I play Tom tomorrow, by the way. I'll be playing Tom in my league game tomorrow afternoon about 2 o'clock. Hey James, hope you're well. Awkward bridge for Stuart, but he's played that nicely. These yellows are all open now. Just when I was thinking this was looking nailed on to go 4-1 to Tom. And had it gone 4-1, I didn't fancy Stuart's chances. I don't think he's the best when he goes considerably behind. But if it stays close, Stuart will fight and grind. He is a hell of a grinder when he puts the effort in. Keep his composure here. He was knocking these in for fun last night. Tries to hold for the top yellow, does so. But there's pressure on every shot. He's having a little look at top left. Sure, that's the shot. Got a slightly easier pot down into the bottom right. Safely, oh, he is going to take top left with the awkward bridge. Is this the right shot to play for Mr. Williams? This is tricky. He played it with a lot of pace. Where's the black going? Where's the black going? Well, I've never fancied that with that bridge. Not sure why he played that shot. Maybe he thought the white would have gone in off if he'd tried to cut into the bottom right, but I mean, for me, he had pretty easy positioning on that ball if he played the cut into the bottom right first and could have screwed down for the final yellow. So not entirely convinced that was the right decision making by Stuart. He's got himself back into the frame, nearly potted the black off that wild attempted pot. It has gone over the bottom right bag in a dangerous position for both players. Of course, blocks the pocket for both the yellow and the red. Potential skill shot for Stuart, but I've never seen him do one, so I don't think he'll be trying it on that black if he ever got the chance. So double. Looks like he's gone for the back double here, is he? He is. That seemed the harder double. I thought the bottom left, maybe the bottom left was blocked a little. Stuart finds himself in a bit of a nightmare position here. I mean, what does he do? Tries this cut into the devil's bag. White's going to go up the table, probably leave an easy red. Is there some value in trying to use one of his yellows to block the black? I think he's trying to double here. Not sure about this either. Oh! Not a bad attempt. Came off the bottom cushion. Of course, not being a totally had to hit a cushion with the white or the yellow, which he did do, but he was trying to leave it pretty tricky and get that yellow up the table. So that was pretty clever by Stuart, but he has left the pot on here. He's got it, but the white's gone in! 2 shots for Stuart. Black is hanging over the pocket. He's got to clear these yellows up with these 2 shots. And it's definitely not a gimme. Fancy he's got to use yellow on the bottom of the table. Worry for me, he tries to cut this and it goes too thin. The white flies back up the table. Got to just use it, maybe double kiss it. Is that weight okay? It could be. It could be. He's left this one into the top right. Top right, bottom left. He's gone bottom left first. Devil's bag. Doesn't need to do too much with the cue ball. Oh, it needs to get off that bottom cushion. This is an ugly one into the right centre if he fancies that one. These are testy. He missed one. He missed a black against me last night. He does not like these off the cushion. And it could be in his mind, the shot is very similar. He missed like this last night. It's a delicate one. Massive. If he misses it, it's frame over. He's done exactly the same as what he did last night, and that is frame over. He's going to be 4-1 down. Does not like those shots. Tricky little shots. Reminds me of Stephen Hendry in the Masters against Mark Williams. White was on the cushion. He had one into the left centre. Looked simple on TV, but those are horrible little shots. Zachary, they've just gone live. Jacob didn't hit the go live button. And there's a donut out there for you if you want.
Out there or here?
One out there. I think Tom wants his.
Tom will eat that one.
How's your league campaign going, Zach?
Not great, mate. 2 losses, pretty heavy defeats to Callum and Jude. I'll win my next game.
Next game against
whoever it is, I don't care. All right, I'm gonna win it.
There you go. If you're in Zach's league, he's calling you out. Get down here. Wants to get a win on the board. Stuart in a little trouble here. He's 4-1 down. I think when Stuart keeps it close, he grinds and plays a lot harder. 4-1 down. I wonder if he will have the fight and energy. Try and stick with Tom. It says 3-1 on there. I'm certain it's 4-1. Tycho has updated the scores for them. Yellows for me all day here. He does get it, but ideally would like to roll through and leave that yellow on the right side cushion. Shot on that so he can at least cover that bag in the bottom right. Let's have a look at a triple plant here. This is very difficult to work out. Didn't quite work for him, but he has covered Devil's Bag, blocking a lot of reds there. And I'd have to say, Zach, this is a must-win for him for Stuart. This, if he goes 5-1 down, I'd say this is all over already.
I don't think he's got the fight and passion to fight back from 5-1 down.
Well, when I played him last night, he was 1-0 up, 2-1 up, 5-3 up, because it was pretty close the whole way and he had the lead. He really had a lot to fight for and he just ground away every frame. GMs, how do you originally decide what divs these players will play in? Well, we initially thought we would have 3 divisions. So we have Thursday night flyers and Tuesday night flyers. So based on a lot of those results, we were able to determine who the top 8 were. So the top 8 were players that had done well in the flyers or won a flyer. People like Justin Bishop, Dave Morgan, Paul Robinson. Ed Lewis was in there. He's not played many flyers, but he got to the semi-final of our annual big King of the Hill tournament, which is some of the best players in Wales in there. So he was in the top division. So probably not much argument about that. And then second and third, there's maybe a bit more debate about who should have been in those divisions. But ultimately, the top 2 in each division will go up. The top 2 will go down. So probably after about 2 or 3 seasons, those leagues should be pretty accurate if they're not already. There's a couple of players, like definitely in Division 4 and Division 5, because we didn't think we would have those divisions. They kind of told us late they wanted to play. So we had already the top 3 divisions filled up. There's some very good players, for example, in Division 5.
Work their way up, haven't they?
Well, they will.
We didn't expect to get 40 players straight off the bat.
Great, the 40
interested in the singles league. So 4 and 5 were just a bit of a sort of, all right, let's fill in the gaps, and they'll have to work their way up. If they feel like they're better than Div 4 and Div 5, then prove it, isn't it?
Yeah, we should get the leagues done in 6 weeks. So, in a few months, those divisions should be as accurate as they can be. The top 4 in each league, there's 8 in each league, the top 4 will go into a semi-final playoffs. And then the 2 winners of those semi-finals will go up and they'll get promoted. We'll have to see who wants to play in the next seasons as well. Maybe there's players that might not be able to make it for various commitments. Who knows?
Yeah, that's going to make things a bit more awkward and difficult.
Oh, we can see. I mean,
Start
James, are
dropping out.
you close, James? Do you fancy being in a future league? Arrange the games with the players. 6 weeks to play your matches. 20-point entry. Of course, plenty to win. Sponsorship for each division. Each division has its own sponsor. This is Division 3. This is sponsored by Chris Robinson's company.
It is, yes.
Stuart's always... If someone like Craig Marsh wanted to join, we would love Craig Marsh to come here, absolutely. So in our King of the Hill tournament, we had Curtis Lee, Welsh #1. Nathan Davis actually beat him in the final. We had Drew Hughes, Cole Bedford. So King of the Hill, I think, was £500 for the winner. Some very good players in that. No, well, Ed Lewis wasn't initially in it, and then we realised we had to put him in Division 1. So, I mean, Craig Marsh would be instantly the best player here, and we'd be delighted to have someone like Craig Marsh. So there wouldn't really be any point putting him in Division 5. He would batter everyone, and he'd probably batter everyone in Division 1. But I'm sure, you know, for that kind of talent, Craig Marsh, we would definitely put him in the top division. I don't think there'd be any argument from anyone about that. We would love to get those top players here, and I
think the argument would probably come if we did put him in Div 5. Everyone there between 5 and 1 would be they'd just get battered every game.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, he's obviously pro. Would be in the top division. Happily have him in there.
It'd be interesting if people like that did want to start joining this league. Div 1 would probably be full of players not from Randolph.
Get some of the South Welsh boys here.
Well, we need to get some north, some south, and they can battle it out in Div 1, see who's the best.
But it is a bit more local, James, because obviously they got to play the games within 6 weeks here in Mid Wales, so tough for a lot of players to do that with their commitments. But the one that's attracted the real top players here has been our King of the Hill tournament. Just finished a few weeks ago. Played over a few months. The brainchild of the boys here down at MRC. I thought, okay, let's get some leagues going, see who is the best player around these parts. A lot of debate. Best way to do it is get some league formats going. If you could make it, James, you felt you could commit to that, you're more than welcome. For future leagues, let us know. Stuart was always in control of this frame. Now these yellows have been opened. That Devil's Bag's pocket is clear. And Stuart work his way around the table. Should come down nicely just behind that yellow. How straight is it? Screw back and not snooker himself, getting between those two reds in the bottom left side of the table. Ooh, did clip the reds. Like going behind them. This is a tough one. Got to come off the right side cushion. Real good hit here. There's a potential pot. Second place would be to cover that Devil's Bag. Of course, 2 shots now to Tom. Stuart did miss. Bad attempt to open those reds up. Yellow's blocked. Play this as a shot to nothing. Tried to force the red out a little bit. He's pushed it close to the cushion. There is a cross double on, but I'm not sure there's really any value in playing it. Could snooker himself. Oh, he's done the absolute worst thing he could do there. He was in control of the frame, Tom. Looking good for 5-1 up. Or at least making life very difficult for Stuart, but he's followed through with the white. Stuart had 2 shots in the last frame, did not make the most of it. He's 2 shots. He played that well, I think. Missed one into the right centre in the last frame to take it, which could have made it 3-2.
Black's not moved all frame.
He's just got to push this through a little bit. He's going to leave a similar sort of shot. He doesn't want to leave that white on the cushion again. Oh, he's overcut it. He's overcut that. He's missing some important shots here at the end of frames, key balls. He had a perfect black there into the right middle. Played that with a little bit of pace, but overcut it. This is very gettable for Tom. What could have very easily been 3 apiece. Tom rattles this in, the white's coming down. As long as he gets on the left-hand side of the table. Oh, he's missed that by a long way. Where's the red going? It's not going to cover the yellow. Stuart has to take this out.
Left middle.
Hard to tell. Might squeeze underneath it. Good point that, because Stuart will have to bring this potentially back up. Leave it into the bottom left. Put a little bit of left-hand side in this for me. Looks like he's putting right-hand side, which will keep it more central. He's trying to play it into the right centre. He's played it very well. Beautiful shot. Looked easy, but the controlled weight of that needs this. This pocket was not his friend in the last frame.
A little giggle there.
This is a lot easier. It's a lot easier, and he rattles in to keep himself in this match. I think 5-1 would have been too much, but 4-2 should give him something to keep him fighting, keep his energy up.
Right, cool.
Just a break, but a red to drop for Stuart. Not a bad split, but awkward white on his first shot. 2 reds into the top corners, but awkward bridging for either of those. Potential plant yellow onto the red into the right centre. He's not looked at it yet, but well, he's just pointing out now. Because of the way these balls have split, is important that Stuart does do serious damage. He's taking this tricky bridge shot on again. He's changed his mind. I think he touched the yellow there. Yep, I think he touched the yellow. Can we spot that? Outward bridge. Heading away. Little feather with his thumb. And he didn't have the decision to make in the end.
Rookie mistake.
Well, done that many's a time, and I am a rookie, so happens. It's still an open table. Speaking of rookie mistakes, that's still open. First shot on the 2 shots was a free shot. Stuart can take reds. The shot for Stuart is to take that red into the right centre, leave that red over the top left, and he's in control of the table. Why is he? Does he know?
I don't think he knows.
It's still an open table, Stuart.
I don't think he knows.
It's still an open table, Stuart.
No, Stuart.
It's something. His elbow was very close to that yellow again.
No.
The reds was definitely the colour to take there, and it was open.
No. He thought he was yellows.
I think you're right. He's in trouble now. You can keep the yellow high. These can go into the middle and bottom pockets. It's not the end of the world. The yellows aren't awful, but that yellow blocked into the right centre. The problem. But all the reds were open, and he had that red over the top left as a guarantee for insurance. But maybe he did know, Zach. And he's already worked his way around the table.
There's no way he knew.
He knows that rule. He knows it for sure, but it's a little funny one. That yellow is now blocked, I think, into... I'm not sure it goes past there into the devil's bag. There we see that red covering the top left blocks off one of his options. He played that yellow in the top left, but he has got this one to come round. If he can come round and leave that yellow above the red into the right centre, he's still okay here. This is a tricky one. He's got to skid that white across the table. No, didn't do either shot there. Didn't leave the yellow into the right centre or either of those 2 lower yellows. If he'd have played that either softer or a lot harder, now he's in trouble. And that red again could have had is his own insurance ball. That's a big decision. And if you say, Zach, if he loses this frame and that becomes a factor, which I think it will, massive error by Stuart. Massive. Cross double. White
as well.
He's going to rattle. I see through to the insurance ball on the top left. Not the end of the world that for Stuart. The yellow and the red sort of tying each other up a bit. They'll both pot. A couple of pockets. There is some insurance there. He's missed that by a way, and that's a awful outcome for Tom. He has now opened up this yellow. Stuart can just stun that in. The other 2 yellows are bread and butter for him, and the black's open. I'm going to snooker himself behind a red. He looks to me like he's overcutting this a little bit. Can always adjust last second. Very nicely. Very nicely. Just actually slightly the wrong side of this yellow. He's got work to do here, actually. So he can just stay above. It doesn't look like he's screwing into this. He needs to stay above that yellow for me. Get into the bottom right off the right side cushion. Bounce a little bit. He's played it. Oh, just a touch short. If it had been in between those 2 reds, it was absolutely perfect. He has got an angle to play the white over to the left-hand side of the table. Can he hold it over there? Outward bridging. Tricky. Don't think the yellow goes. No, it definitely doesn't go into the devil's bag. I play this 2 times across. I'm not sure the black goes. I'm not sure he can hold it. He did try and hold it. Needs to hit a cushion. Just about does.
Playing same sort of game as he did against you last night, Paul.
Yeah, he was a lot slower last night and a lot more tactical. Probably potting a little bit better as well, but having a match like that last night, I think can wear you out a little bit. I'm glad I'm not playing today. Like red was the easy starter for Tom, so it has come into play. There was nothing else too easy for Tom, and these look pretty simple. And it was always the case with the reds. When you got a chance on them, I still think that was a huge error from Stuart. And he's nearly, and he had chances to win this frame. Could be a little awkward for Tom. Might have to come off the bottom cushion. And if he hits the knuckle, he could be okay.
Wrong one.
Yeah, so it could have been a lot easier. He's slightly the wrong side of the red, so he had to come off the bottom cushion. Made sure he got above the black. And Tom with an ugly one. Sort of twitched a little bit on that one, but this is a horrible position for Stuart as well. This angle tight on the cushion, these pockets. For me, these are nightmare shots.
Loves a cut though, doesn't he?
He loves a cut when the ball's in the middle of the table. I'm not sure he likes these ones thin off the cushion. Very difficult. Has to at least cover the bag. Ooh. Could have been a lot worse for him. Has left a double. Could have been worse. I think this double, to me, looks on for the right centre bag. I'm pretty sure the black does not block that. Back double blocked by the yellow. All or nothing, I think, on this double now for Tom. Tried to cut it. Well, that was a horrific attempt at a cut. I mean, not well, it wasn't the best attempt, but it was a very difficult shot. Surely the double.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Now Stuart should cut this in. It's very thin though. He doesn't look like he's playing the dirt. And he hasn't got it. He hasn't got that. He hasn't got. I'm surprised Stuart didn't cut that in, because he certainly maybe he didn't like the reach over the black, but he's certainly capable of cutting that one in. And it would have brought him up for a pretty simple black, I think. But he's left a shot on here for Tom and a potential snooker. A bit of a shot to nothing. He's got it. He's got it.
But where does the black go, Paul?
Great red. Is there a gap around that yellow? There's definitely a gap to get in behind it. Can it pot? Can he play it off the cushion into the yellow? Oh, that yellow goes.
Yeah, it does.
That yellow goes in behind the black. It's a similar shot to what he turned down last time, but there's no obstacle in the middle of the table. It's very thin. Stuart on form cuts this in. White comes back up for a simple enough black. Doesn't need to hit it too hard. Doesn't want to leave a long black. He's got it. He's got it. Now,
straight down.
Shouldn't miss this.
Waiting around.
Shouldn't miss this, but it is missable.
No waiting around.
It's not over the pocket. It's not over the pocket. He's got it. It's 4-3. Stuart wins 2 frames in a row from 4-1 down. And he is fighting here. 4-3. We have another grinding match in Division 3. Stuart Williams, the grinder. He's back.
He's on grinder.
Oh. He's on grinder. Just asked Stuart about his decision to take the L. He said he doesn't know the rules. he does know the rules, but sometimes those situations do catch people out when you have 2 shots off the break, and that first shot when you pot a ball, and I think you're that colour. But he's brought it back to 4-3. When he came in there, Stuart, he looked fatigued to me. It's only 4-3.
There's a long way to go, isn't there?
The thing is with Stuart, when Stuart plays his best and battles and grinds, I think most of these players in the league probably naturally are been playing pool for longer and a little bit more talented, natural talent. So for Stuart to get results, he has to work hard. He's got to take it out of you. He had a marathon match last night, over 3 hours, 3.5 hours, I think, with me. The longest match, I believe, so far
it is,
in the league.
By quite a distance.
He could be in for another marathon here. A bad break, though.
It's taking that yellow look.
Worked out for him okay in the end. Tom has potted off the brick and it's open. A look at here. Very tricky cut into the devil's bag. Well, not sure about that shot at all. He felt forced into it, but for me he had a red into the top right. He didn't even look at. Stuart's looking at these yellows. He's won the last 2 frames. He was 4-1 down. I mean, he missed a gettable black. It was this delicate one. Could have made it 3-2 at the time, but he went 4-1 down, and he was in big danger going 5-1 down. A little error by Tom. At 4-2, and he's won the last one 4-3 after probably electing the wrong colour, not realising it was an open table. But
how does that make you giggle every time?
Oh, off the bottom cushion. Stuart. Just checking, does this yellow block those reds? It does. So, table control for Stuart, but Tom at the table. A little delicate one into the right centre here. He's not hard enough. It's 2 shots. That's 2 shots. It's Tom Skidmore falling apart here. Before
like it.
This is what Stuart does to you. I fell apart against him for about 4 or 5 frames last night completely. I couldn't even stand. Like I was being swallowed up by the universe. This is what the grinder does. Tom Skidmore. After looking the dominant player, giving away 2 shots. It was a delicate one into the right centre. You're always worried about playing him with too much pace. Now Stuart's put that white very straight here. I'm not sure about that. He needs an angle to get that white down the table. He could easily leave an angle. He doesn't need to pot this. He could just leave it over the bag. Well, he's lucky that didn't go in because he didn't leave himself an easy shot. He's very lucky he rattled there. Should have left the angle if he was trying to pot it to get the white down the table. But as it turns out, he's absolutely okay because he rattled it, left over the pocket, and then he could have the easy shot. Well, you never know with Stuart. Never know. Maybe that's exactly what he was thinking the whole time.
Yeah, I think he had that in his mind, mate.
Right, if he's clever here, he takes one of these yellows on the right hand side. He could take the second yellow from the left side, right side cushion, which could develop the others. But this is the one that's blocking the reds. Yeah, this is not the shot for me. But ooh, he's missed the pot and he's opened up the bag.
It's a bit bright out there for that camera.
Missed the pot, opened up the bag. Left, I think, the red into the right centre. So a few decisions, I'm not sure have been the correct decisions. Tom tries another middle difficulty shot, misses it by quite a long way. Tom's potting is wayward at the minute. And I did have a little chat with Tom at the start of this night. I told him these 8-framers, when you're not used to them, which the likes of me and Tom wouldn't be, are very draining. And Tom's level has definitely dropped. Going ugly now for Stuart as well. Yellow's going towards that right side bottom cushion. Keeps leaving the white as ugly as he can, but he's got this insurance over the right centre to get him going, Tom. Surely this time he's going to knock it in.
Chatting to and Jake and Ed were playing. Maybe we should have done further down the divisions you get less frames, like that's race 2. Just because the level of player, it just takes a lot longer.
What a shot by Tom. Just as you're criticising the level, Zach, he rattles in one off the cushion. Great shot, Tom. Great pot. After some wayward ones. Maybe there, I mean, I didn't enjoy it, but that's because it was such a grind in a match probably was expected to win, and it was so difficult. But I think having the 8s is nice. I don't think it should take too long. You know, if it's not all games are going to go 8-7.
No.
And Stuart played very slowly.
I think all of Stuart's games might go 8-7.
Yeah. Stuart played very slowly last night. But, you know, if you look at some of the even Division 4 and 5s, Callum, Chris Swinburne's matches, his match against Matt Wheel, you know, what was that, an hour and a half earlier? I don't know, I think it's nice for guys to get an 8er, but yeah, if it goes long, 6-6, 7-7, it is tough. It is draining. Surprised me how challenging it was. Stuart's come back off those 15 frames, and he was 4-1 down here, but he's got it to 4-3. Reds are open now. He has to take control of this table. Very brave. He takes this one down the cushion, but he would need to get that. I feel he can get a better position on that from here. If he misses, taking the one away from the cushion. Slight element of a shot to nothing. I wouldn't play it with any pace. I'd push through a little bit. Looks like he's digging down onto it. Not sure. Unless he's trying to develop. He is trying to develop. That was super brave by Mr. Williams. Not a bad attempt, but the pace he had to play at made the pot much more difficult. He did pop the yellow out a touch. The white and the red so close. Very potable red, but Tom shakes his head, not happy at where the white has ended up. He's missed it. He got down on that one very quickly. He spent more time shaking his head and then went straight down, hit the shot. Caught the knuckle, and the red has not gone into the position that he would like to have seen it. Stuart was to play this dead weight. He can knock the yellow over the bag, leave the white where the yellow is. Leave Tom a tricky shot. I think he's tried that. Well, similar sort of outcome. Blocking the other red. It's not a bad shot at all by Stuart. Thought that out well. Tom with a tricky shot here. No pot on. He just leaves the white up the table. There is potable. Oh, he's got this! Said there was no pot on. I thought he had a fantastic double attempt. Great shot there by Tom. Unlucky, and the red has bounced out. Stuart can pot it. Stuart's taking this one underneath the black. Needs this. Needs to get it. Changes his mind. He's got the easier one into the devil's bag. Just needs to play that dead weight, and he's got yellows into the bottom right. He could play. Yellow goes into the left centre. It's a very thin one actually down into the devil's bag here. The white will be travelling up high. He has to play it very gently, but have enough pace to pot it in. He is taking it. Here. Oh dear, he's snucked. Nightmare! Red slightly over underneath that yellow and black, so may not go into bottom right now, but Tom with an upward bridge can cut this down towards the devil's bag and open up his red. He has done so, missed the pot. The red's gone ugly in behind the yellow. This is table control for Stuart. Awkward bridge. If this is dead straight, the white could be following in after. Needs an angle on this. He had the angle, and he rattles it in at pace. White goes up into the top half of the table. Key moments. He's playing the double. He thinks the double's on. If the double is on, at least cover the bag, Stuart. And this frame will be yours. Nope. Doesn't cover the bag. Not horrendous, but definitely not ideal, because this could potentially cut by Tom, and it may even come across to develop that other red. He'd have to play it, I think, with a little bit of left-hand side. tough shot. He did get the development. He did get the development, but he got second prize. She's covered the devil's bag. In the heart of the pocket there. Hard for Stuart. Getting behind it. Don't think it's possible. Has he got a double on here? Into the bottom right. Big frame this, so you can just feel it out there. Both players battling very hard. Stuart was in control of the table. Tom's kind of wrestled it back by getting that red into the devil's pocket. He's tried to double. Oh, he's kissed. He kissed his own ball. Stopped the double. It didn't look too far away. Red is safe. So Tom wants to get it out of there, but he wants to get a safe white. Played that pretty well. He's played that pretty well, his Tom. Anywhere up the top half of the table. There was no way of leaving it safe. Stuart sees a snooker though. Somewhere in between those two yellows. Delicate. He's got it too far. He's hit it too hard. He's covered the easy pot. And it's left Tom a tempter in the top left. If he gets it, you'd have to say the frame is his. If he misses it, big chance again for Stuart. Huge pot. He's got it! Skidmore gets it. The tiniest of little taps into this red leaves the black into the right centre. He's hit it a bit hard for me. He's hit it a bit hard for me. Not sure the black goes. Maybe it does. Oh, it does. It does. I thought he'd played it too hard, but the black did go into the bottom right. And Tom keeps his 2-frame lead. There was chances for Stuart in that frame. Tom battled through and goes 5-3 ahead as Stuart got the battle in him. Got it back to 1. Tom just flexes his muscles. When you're 1 behind, you're willing to give everything. 2 behind, it's a little bit harder. Mentally, you know you lose the next frame. It's a 3-frame deficit. Every frame at the minute seems huge. Certainly a massive one for Stuart. 4-1 down he was earlier in the game. Think about the long game. Race to 8. Can nick this one. 5-4 is anyone's game. 6-3. It's tough. Dry break for Stuart. Is there anything simple on here for Tom? Little cut. Very good cut by Tom. He'll be feeling a lot better getting that 5th frame on the board. Got one into the right centre here, but he's ignored that. He fancies this one on the bottom cushion. Could at least cover the bag, but now he is taking this right centre in. Which is the bottom knuckle. Opens a couple of reds and yellows up. Back to Stuart. And he can play this red into the right centre and use the yellows to hold the white, but he's not looking at it at all. At the very thin cut. Gonna lose the white here. Could crack into those yellows, could go into the top right bag. The white off the yellow. Oh, he's heard me. He's saying he's lost it. Lost the plot, maybe? Very thin, too thin. Bridge was a problem. Left shots on here for Tom. Stuart's obviously a physically fit man. I do fear for him in terms of mental energy required to dig in. Keep digging in. playing at the level he needs to play at to win this game. Well, questioned if he should have been in Division 3. Certainly shown he's competing with these guys. Tom is starting to flex his muscles a little bit. That could have been a touch kinder. Very thin. Very thin, the black. Almost dropped. Devil's bag is covered. As Stuart got the ability to do damage. Those are fairly open, the black's open. Loses this frame. 6-3 down. Mentally after bringing that back to 4-3 is going to hurt him. Oh, he's taking this red on. Into the bottom right, is he? Sure about this shot. And there was no safety there. He was always going to leave that yellow into the left center. I mean, he has covered the yellow into the bottom right. Will that yellow near the black spot go into the devil's bag? Might be blocked there, so maybe not a horrific outcome by Stuart. There might still be life. That little kiss on the yellow was beautiful though. Should that pass, which I'm certain it does, all Tom needs to do is not snooker himself. He's missed the pot! My word, just when I think Tom is a shoo-in for going 6-3 up, he missed the pot and he had snookered himself. On that final yellow. Stuart needs a snooker here. Needs to find it. He got it. Has he got it? I think he has. His opponent taps the table. It's a good shot there by Stuart. That was the first step on fighting his way back into this frame. One cushion escape looks tricky. Middle pocket might be in the way of the natural angle. He goes below that middle pocket. He's going a bit too close to those two reds. Above the middle pocket. Might just be missing height. Touch your right hand side maybe. It looks like he's going below the middle pocket. I think he's aiming for the yellow on the bottom cushion in the middle of it. Oh! Well, he's potted both, but we need to see that. We need to see that because that's going to be our decision. What happened there? We need to slow that down and everything. I think first glance red. We're going to slow it down.
We said.
We're going to slow it
Help!
down. At first glance I said red, but we need to slow it down. If you're in the chat, what do you think? Credible attempt by Tom. Does that clip the red first, or is it 50-50? 50-50 is no foul. Massive moments in this match. We need the VAR. We're just having a look at it. We're trying to slow it down. Tego's on the job. My God.
Man, that was mad, isn't it? Close to tell, then it's the same time.
We're really struggling to tell.
Yeah. I mean, if we can't tell after that many replays, then I think it's.
We'll have to put that on our clips later, but we can't tell, so we think it's a 50-50. I think Zach's just with one more look at it.
It's been red fish, you know.
Zach changed his mind.
moves, then it hits the yellow.
Oh, we were just about to say it was 50-50. Zach had one more look at it. He did it frame by frame, and he thought red. I still can't tell. Tom's accepted it, though. Fair play to him. And he's given the 2 shots to Stuart.
I can't. That's mad.
Anyone there in the chat, was that red first, yellow first? We've looked at it at 0.25 speed. I had about 5 looks at it. Could not tell. Initially, I thought red first. Then, looking at it and slow down, I thought it was 50-50. Zach's had a look at it, and he wasn't sure. We were just about to say, if we can't tell, we got to say it's no foul. But then one more look at it, and Zach said, I think that's red first. And Tom had a look at it, and he said that was red first, and he's given Stuart the 2 shots. What do you think? Hey, Eva, good to see you. Did you think... Have a look at the replay there, Eva. Does the white hit the red first here? This is important. Does the white hit the red first, or is it at the same time? Let us know in the chat if you've seen that replay. We've watched it 100 times, still struggle to tell, but Tom has conceded it. Tom did concede the foul. Very, very difficult to tell. And Stuart.
See that?
Go back 1 frame.
And then do it.
Stuart. Oh, with a sniff. When you do like that, I mean, it's so hard to tell, but we're just having to look at it frame by frame. It sort of jumps forward about, every time you pause it, about a quarter of a second. It maybe, I mean, it's so hard to tell. I mean, to be fair to Tom and us, we were happy to say it wasn't, and then they had one more look, and they thought it might have just clipped the red first. When you go frame by frame by frame by frame, maybe touches that red first, but very hard to tell. But Tom, when he looked at it, he said, okay, he was happy for the foul. That was about half a second after we'd agreed it wasn't. But Tom finds himself in another snooker here. That's another 2 shots. Now this is now huge moments in this match, because Tom was shooing to go 6-3 up. But after 100 looks at the instant replay, the foul was agreed. Stuart's put him in trouble again, got another 2 shots, and these reds are open now. Sometimes it's weird when you're not sure it was a foul. You almost don't want to win the frame. Stuart has to get his mentality where he punishes. It's as simple as that. Oh, that's gone a little bit ugly. That has gone ugly. And I'm not sure what the shot is here. Maybe the upper red cut into the devil's bag and leave ideally the red over the bag and the white up the top of the table, but that's full of risk. If he plays this plant, he needs to follow through to leave that white up the top half of the table. This is also full of risk. Oh my word, he rattled it in straight at the red. Stuns it. John Price, thank you, John. I'm glad someone else has commented. The Price is right, who is often right, and Eva both thought it was red. So that was what was agreed. And it was a big, big moment, because if it wasn't a foul, then Tom had to frame 1. But Stuart did get the foul, but he's not taken his opportunity. He's kind of messed it up a little bit. He has to dig into this to get the white back up the table. Should get the white back up the table. Oh, he's not got it back up anywhere near enough. You know, Zach, I think whenever you're not sure it's a foul and you've been given it, I think sometimes you almost feel sorry, and you just find it hard to focus. And
if you've got that mentality,
I mean,
people like
ruthless. He's touched the cushion. He's still alive somehow in this frame. Stuart is still alive, and James says definitely red first. So it seems like we have come to the right decision.
I think we got it right.
Yeah, I know.
VAR takes its time, though, doesn't it?
Well, we
moan about VAR in the Premier League.
You had one final look after we agreed. We agreed 50-50 because we couldn't tell, and then it was one final frame by frame look, and that was aye. Now
it's hard for us as well, because obviously Tom knows that Stu's our really good mate.
Yeah. I was going to see if we could ask someone else. You're just helping your mate win.
Yeah, well, I don't really want Stuart to win. I want him to come down into my division.
So Stuart,
Tom, don't worry about that, mate.
Back double. He's still alive somehow in this frame. Stuart Williams is still alive.
Deal with these two at the bottom there.
I don't think he can
Okay.
first, but there is a potential snooker, and it's very delicate. It's very delicate. He might want to play this cut first, but if he cuts it, the white could go anywhere. He needs to feather this so the white drops on the right-hand side of the red. It is a super difficult shot. Follow through. Oh, he got a very lucky double kiss off that red. He has got the snooker. The white might go in between the two reds towards that black. Just checking that red was off the cushion. Yes, it was off the cushion. I think. Yeah, it was off the cushion. So, can he feed in between the two reds here and pop that black into the devil's bag? I mean, I thought Stuart had lost this frame 10 years ago.
That's what Stuart does.
But he's still in it.
Grinding him down.
And I tell you,
That red blocking the angle of the up and down as well.
I think it's just inside it. If he's inside it, he can hit it. I'm not sure he can pot the black, but obviously he can deviate some spin. But Stuart's only chance here is 2 shots. If he can get the 2 shots, you know, this has now become a massive frame. 6-3 or 4-5 would be the outcome. Tom was always favourite to win this frame. Stuart's always been in trouble. There was that moment of controversy where we weren't sure whether it was red or yellow. Somehow Stuart's still alive with a couple of snookers. Stuart was to somehow nick this frame. He's coming off 1, 2, 3 cushions here. Right top. Oh, he's developed a red. It is a foul. It's 2 shots to Stuart. What does he do? What does he do? I mean, a top player could knock that into the right centre bag, come off the top cushion and play down the left-hand side of these reds. I don't think Stuart can do that, and it was too risky because he probably pot the black. He's got to use this first free shot cleverly. I'll tell you something, he's going to take his time on it. Be sure of that with Stuart. It is an ugly one. If he does try and like clip the left-hand side of the reds to open them up into that bottom right pocket, he's also worried about maybe just coming off the red and going towards the black and putting the black in, which would be conceit of the frame. It's a tough one, you know. The middle pocket, the right centre bag middle. Oh, he's lifted the white. I'm not sure about that. But let's see what you're thinking, Stuart. First shot is a free shot. He's already over the 2-minute mark, deciding what to do. This was what he was like every shot of me last night. Now he's got to get the white over to the left-hand side of the table. He's tried to sort of leave it over the bag. He was never really sure what he was going to do here. He might be forced to play the snooker again. This has been the most dramatic frame I've ever seen. Somehow Stuart keeps surviving, but that's all he's doing at the minute, surviving. Doesn't want to push the white, so there's a gap in between the two reds. Got the snooker. Has he got the snooker? Will that white squeak in between those two reds? Has he blocked the potting angle? Tom probably would have been down already if it was an easy pot. Can he put a little bit of swaz on it, a little bit of swerve? He has put a bit of swerve on! The black's popped out, and somehow this frame keeps going on. He put a bit of swerve on it. Stuart straight down. All the buttons. Get off. Get off. Needs to pot this. It's dropped. What a monster of a frame this has been. The black is safe now. In a safer position. He's playing another snooker. He's absolutely grinding like I've never seen anyone grind before. The grinder. And Tom is snookered again. He must be sick of coming to the table. Remember, this frame could have been over about an hour ago. Stuart refuses to die in this frame. Great hit by Tom. And he's even covered the pot of the bottom right bag with the red. Is this another snooker attempt? It's very thin, very delicate. He's trying to cover the bag, getting the white high up the table. Not a bad shot there by Stuart, well thought out. What a frame this has been. Absolutely enthralling stuff. Both players battling. Big double by Tom. Where's the black going? Where's the black going? It's not going far enough. The red is hanging over the bottom right bag. But it's just slightly out of the pocket where the pace he'd have to play it at to leave the red into the bottom left is very, very difficult. Super, super, super delicate. Likely, I think Stuart's going to overhit this and the white's going to come flying up the table a bit too far. Actually, the weight looks good. That weight looks good. He's proved me completely wrong. And he's played that quite nicely. He's left the red, but very difficult to get on the black. And he's looking at the shot into the left centre bag. That is a nightmare shot to leave after what has been the longest frame in MRC history. Devil's bag. He's got the pot and he's got the white up the table. It needs to bounce. It needs to bounce. It needs to bounce. It needs to bounce. It's bounced a bit. What a shot he's been left for the monster frame. Can he keep it together? For 5-4. Somehow he has stayed alive in this frame. It's been the most incredible frame of pool I've ever seen. Can he take it? Or will the devil? He knows the devil lives in there better than anybody. He's absolutely smashed it! What a frame of pull that was! 5-4 game on! The longest frame of pull in MRC history! What a frame! I'm out! I'm exhausted!
Done to the camera there.
The devil, everything's going mental here! What a frame of pull! I'm speechless! Well, there was so much in that frame. That was still the same frame where we had the drama. We weren't sure if it was red or yellow first.
That felt like about 3 days ago.
Fair play to Tom. Tom admitted it was red first after he saw it a few times.
Tom had the chance to win that frame.
Yeah, Tom had the chance to win it. I mean, we said it was 50-50 until our final look frame by frame, which put a bit of doubt. Wow. I mean, fair play to Stuart. He just dug in and dug in and dug in, and what must be going through Tom's head? Stuart needed that frame. If Tom had it, I think it was all over. It's 5-4 and a first to 8. Some people question if Stuart Williams should have been in Division 3, but he's certainly proven everyone wrong. He had a hell last night that he probably should have won. He's 5-4 down here, but giving Tom a nightmare of a game. Leon, have you played any of your Div 1, Leon Griffiths, Division 1 player? Have you played any Division 1 games yet? I don't think you have. Any scheduled? Finally, we're in a new frame. Feel like we can just all take a breath for a moment. Gotta go back. So it's the 9th frame. I'm going to go back home and watch that 9th frame tonight. That was historic, that 9th frame. We got a long way to go, and both players need to settle down. We're in a brand new frame. Just take a couple of breaths. It's been a dry break for Tom. And I do feel now, out of these two players, who can hold it together? Absolutely, John. What a black after such a frame. He absolutely belted it in. He would have known that the angle we had the camera, the devil lives in that pocket. He knows that he would have got a lot of grief had it missed. He absolutely banged that black in to win a tough frame that must have exhausted both players. And this is what I feared. I feared exactly that the concentration is going to take a little bit of dipping, and the devil this time does come out.
Bit slow there, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he was in the wrong spot, but
where's Stu when you need him on the keyboard?
those keyboard numbers written down.
I can't remember them.
But he's cover the bag now. It's still an open table. Ideally, he would like to take yellows, but he's taking reds.
You know, he's got a yellow, has he? Well, apart from the insurance one, I suppose.
If he could maybe plant the yellow as a cut onto that, but that obviously blocks the black later on in the game. But the reds aren't a massive problem. He can get rid of all these reds without having to deal with that devil's bag bottom left pocket. Apart from the ball that was his nemesis in the last frame, which was that black ball. Just feel mentally it's good for Tom. Looks like he settled okay after what was a marathon frame. So he's potting alright, although he's lost the white a little bit there. No pot on here for Tom. Unless this might cut off the yellow, I don't think so. Try to sort of plant. He's knocked a yellow. Safe-ish. I'm not sure if the bottom yellow of those two goes into the bottom right. If it does, it's a bonus that Stuart should take. Something. I am loving this. I am loving these league games. He's getting rid of that yellow straight away. Round the double into the bottom right. Oh, he's clipped the red and he's knocked the red in. Disaster for Stuart. Absolute worst thing that could have happened to him. If I was Tom, I'd be getting rid of that yellow immediately. You could even maybe bring the white up, lift the white, put up the top of the table and play a plant. A little bit more risk with that if it goes wrong, but he could plant a red onto the yellow. If he wants to win this game, he either pots that yellow or he gets the black out. He could maybe sort of half double that black towards the bottom right, get the white into the centre of the table. But the reality is he's got this free shot to do something. He is lifting. He is lifting. Well. Is he going to play a plant? No. He's still going to have to deal with that black now. Maybe he thinks he can leave a double. It's just slightly off the cushion, so could potentially double. This is a very similar sort of situation to the last frame where Tom was way ahead. Missed that cut. Red has gone into a safe-ish position. It's Stuart's turn to do some damage, and is he going to play more dirt? All the yellows will go somewhere. He's playing a very, very hard match play pole at the moment is Stuart Williams. How's your luck? Needs a kind kiss here. It's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. both those yellows. Certainly the one on the left-hand side of the two that are together will go into the bottom right. Oh, he's taking this one instead of the yellow into the left centre. He's sort of shaking his head as if he's not sure. This is a shot to play. It's very aggressive. You kind of play this shot if you think, I'm going to clear everything up. Maybe the good players would take that. I'm not saying Stuart's not a good player, but he's got to clear up now. He has got a fairly safe position on that red. There are potential snookers available. Could play this yellow on the bottom of the two dead weight. Sort of a shot to nothing, get the snooker. Should he miss, but should pot. He has missed. He has missed. And I think has he left enough? Sometimes when you play those shots to nothing, you kind of think, okay, I'm just more worried about the white. Take your mind off the pot a little bit. I mean, it's not an easy clear up from here for Tom, but I'm worried he's left at least enough of the pot alone. Perhaps not, because Tom's having a look at the right side cushion. Cushion first into the red towards... Oh! Mr. Skidmore! Off 3 cushions. 2 cushions. Well, you know, when you get the red out that way, you give yourself that kind of opportunity. How did it miss all those yellows? He put the black. The black's in exactly the same position that it was in the last frame. It's a repeat. Stuart's in a nightmare position. But we've been here before. And somehow he squeaked it out. Surely we're not going to have a deja vu. First job is to put this yellow into the right centre. Needs the pot. He's got the first pot. Not an easy snooker in behind those 2 yellows. They're furthest down the table. So he has got the cut into the left centre. Tiny touch of right hand side would bring it down into a potentially easier snookerable position, or even to clear up all these balls. Again, he's got to get the pot. He's got to play with a bit of pace. Hasn't got the pot. Has he got the snooker? Stuart Williams, did you play that? Did he play that snooker? He has got, well, I heard him say sorry, so he did not play that. It was a poor attempt at the cut. And Tom must be thinking, what the hell do I have to do to win frames? Is there a potential little skim off the bottom left cushion onto the black? Can he see enough? He's putting a little bit of swaz on it. He's got it. He's got it. And he needed that, Tom. He goes 6-4 ahead. Keeps the 2-frame advantage over Stuart in another grinding frame. This is an exhausting match. Has Stuart got enough energy to keep fighting back, keep pulling these frames back? He did break down there on that cut into the middle. Was very lucky to get the snooker, but Tom this time kept his composure. A little bit of swerve off the cushion. Go 6-4 ahead. Game on. Boys, rack up quick. I've got
Nothing else is quick about this game, by the way.
Got a yellow down. What do you take here? What colour do you take here? He's going reds. dead weight. He wants to leave the red on the cushion. Leaves, he can squeeze in behind that yellow, and if he can, the shot, and if it stays in behind it, it's probably not the end of the world at all. Gives him table control. Needs the red in behind the yellow, but he has got the pot. He has got the pot. Will this red squeeze into the left centre? A couple of looks at it. Looks to me like it should go. There's enough of the pocket. White will be going nearish the black. Oh, he's missed the pot. He's missed the pot. He does block that yellow now into the left centre, but it does go into top left. Both players really battling hard to keep themselves together now. Hard work this match. And Tom rattles, but it was always a bit of a shot to nothing. Wasn't going to leave Stuart anything easy after that. He's covered the bag. Tough shot this for Stuart. Very tough. Potential in-offs. Potential going into the black. Sorts could go wrong here. Well, that is not the worst outcome in the world at all. And surprise, surprise, we're in for another ugly one, Zach. This frame ain't ending anytime soon. I'll tell you that.
Close today at some point.
We've got to get this finished in another 6 hours' time.
Maybe. If we're lucky. Dishes in this.
No dishes, but plenty of drama. Stuart was practicing a few skill shots earlier in the week. He has got a skill shot on here.
Was he?
He was practicing a couple with me, yeah. And he didn't get any. So I don't think he's going to be going for that.
Risky one, isn't it? Don't know how to do it.
Very risky, yeah. He definitely. The worst thing he could do is give away 2 shots now. He's got insurance with the red and yellow tied up. Tough little plant this. Got to overcut the first ball, which he didn't do. Yeah, I think if he's got the white on the top end of the table, the top red will go easily in, which frees the other red to go in if he plays that right. He was down there a bit fast, you know. I felt that's what Stuart can do that to you. Stuart will take his time, and it kind of almost makes you speed up when you're at the table. So you even though Tom is 6-4 up, I bet Tom's been in a seat a lot longer.
I've got a game on now.
Oh, who are you playing, Zach?
Reese Kinch.
Reese Kinch against Zach in Division 4. That'll be a close one again. Stuart needs this to cover the bag. It's dropped. It's dropped. So decisions here from Stuart. I mean, I think the top players might even think about coming off the top cushion here onto that little cluster of the 2 reds. Probably squeeze one of those reds into the top red into the left centre. What does Stuart do? He's above the top player. Surely he's not thinking about the skill shot from here. Is this a skill shot of the century?
3 o'clock. Reese Kinch.
Have it. Exclusive. The red out. Oh, it's still potable into the bottom right and the bottom left. In behind the black. Little awkward.
Right in there.
Your guess is as good as mine. Get the red out. Maybe lucky sort of double or triple. Cock hat sort of double. Didn't want the red there. He knew it was always going to be blocked. That's not going to go in, and it's left Stuart the perfect angle. Got these two into the right center. Should be able to screw back off that top one without moving the bottom red too much. Red might be blocked into the bottom right, but it does go in the bottom left, the one that's behind the black. But if he can leave himself a little angle, and if he's brave enough, the second red of the two, no, that was the nightmare scenario there. I was going to say, if he didn't move that and could leave an angle, he could have left a shot to develop. But that's a nightmare scenario. He may have to... Didn't want to open them up. He still knows it. Keeping that yellow there in behind the red. Give this frame plenty of life.
He's
Horrible. Keeps the frames going. There is this potential here. Follow this through. For me, that's going very close to those two reds. You know that the Division 1 players would be absolutely playing the development here. I think Stuart's just trying to keep these frames going as long as possible. So he's thinking, I'm just going to cover this bag, not touch those two reds. Is he brave enough? It looks like he's winding this up. Doesn't need to play it that hard. The angle's pretty much there. Just nice cueing, a little bit of follow through. Let the spin kick, not too hard. Didn't give the opportunity for the white to grip the cloth. I'll play the higher of the two reds. Oh, I was just going to say, as he left the yellow down the cushion, there might be a horrible little shot here where he just sort of sticks this white on the red and gets that yellow out of there. Ooh. Don't think it was a foul. Pretty sure he hit the first. That's another close one.
Yeah.
You know, that's another close one.
Flying compared to the red.
Neither of them are. Neither of them are. I don't think they want the effort. Want the effort.
Sorry about the devil popping up every few seconds, guys. Doesn't know which buttons to press, and neither do I. So need Stu back in here. He's useless out there.
No, he's all right out there.
Oh,
He's doing okay. So he's taking his bloody time. Cut on here, follow through. Wants that white near the right side center pocket if possible. He's just trying to develop everything. How's your luck? It's not good. It's not good. I mean, this potentially cuts as a very hard cut in a normal situation, but the bridging is horrific. He's in trouble here, Stuart. He's in big trouble. Pretty much needs this to go in, and I give him 100 to 1 to pot this. What's your odds?
a lot higher than that.
100 to 1.
5,000.
Stuart, 100 to 1. Anyone taking that bet? 100 to 1. He is known as the Cut Master, though. The Cut Master.
Look at that.
Look at the horrific bridge. Can he do it? Well, it was an overcut. He hit the cushion first. It was extremely difficult. Extremely difficult. The red probably hasn't gone in the ideal position for him either. It's Tom's turn to do damage. Ooh. That's gone a little bit spicy. Yellow will still go into the right center. Play that shot now. Easier shot, of course, bottom right. Just screw the yellow up the table, leave the yellow into the bottom left. He's massively overdone that. Massively overdone that. The tension on the arms of these boys at the minute is horrendous. And has he left the possibility into the right center here? Tom's completely messed that one up. Winning control of the table. I think this might go into the right center. It might just kiss the black towards that. He's just got to focus on the pot. Might just kiss the black towards the bottom right bag. All on the pot. All on the pot. He's got it high again. How many times has Stuart hit that top knuckle on the centre right bag, and he's left this for Tom into top left, or the cut. He's going top left. Element of safety. Should he miss? Brilliant shot. Brilliant shot by Tom Skidmore. I think that's worth an F12. And I think that shot is the final heartbreaker for Stuart. Finally, he has killed off the Stuart Williams resistance with a lovely pot there from Tom Skidmore. 7-4. That's too much now. He needs to win 4 frames in a row to win this match. I think if he was closer, he'd be still battling the way he has done. I mean, what do you do now if you're Stuart? Do you just try and relax, play aggressively, enjoy the game?
I don't think Stu ever enjoys the game.
Fair. Fair, but any battles and grinds, he makes life very difficult for you. Just seems a bridge too far at the moment.
I laugh, don't they? Would you like a drink, Paul?
No, I'm okay, thank you, Psycho. Well, even the most ardent Stuart Williams fan will realise he is massively up against it. Now 7-4 down. He would need to win 4 frames in a row. And all he can do, just 1 frame at a time. Every frame has been competitive. There's been no doubt about that. Every frame has been hard to win. No clearances, no dominance. 3 frame lead now. It hasn't been like that since it was 4-1 to Tom at the start of the game. That's a lovely pot. Now, has he relaxed? He hasn't stroked one in like that in a while. Just stretching out his neck a little bit there. That was a lovely red into the bottom right. Developed this red into the top left. He's got it. Some nice pull by Stuart. You know, just as we've kind of written him off. He has relaxed. Playing aggressively. He thinks this goes. Nightmare. Really the worst outcome. Cover that bag. But going for a nice little clearance there, Stuart. Elected to take the trickier pot there. Wasn't far away at all. Not drop for Tom, so it can only be 1 frame at a time. Should he lose, he's out. Looked to me like he was playing the plant there onto the red. I thought the yellow was maybe blocking that. Oh, he is cutting it. I think he's cutting it into the bottom right. Well, tactical one again by Stuart, just making life horrible for Tom. Maybe letting him know I'm not giving this up just yet. Try to put the red into potable position, push all those yellows over towards the bottom left bag, which he has covered. Trying to cut this into the right centre, very delicate and no good. Has he got an angle to screw back and develop the red? Not quite sure what to do here. Sure there's anything simple in terms of development. Not quite sure he got the angle to screw straight back. However, not a bad effort. Don't think he can pot this, but he can just push it over the pocket. Well played. Certainly showing us, Stuart, that he's not given up in this match. He's been in control of this frame since the very start. And he has looked pretty good and relaxed, potted some good balls. He does look like being a little bit more aggressive. The kind of shots that he has had to be tactical with were definitely the right shots to play, and that's another good one. And what does Tom do here? Just cut into the right centre, it's very thin. Tried to take the long one, missed it by a long way. Has he covered? He has covered the Devil's Bag red. Can Stuart cut this in? Get the white into position where he can pot that red into the Devil's Bag. Very thin. Maybe trusting to luck a little bit. We can get somewhere near black. Oh, it doesn't really go for it at all, but again, he's made life horrible. Tom, ideally, he wouldn't have pushed the red up as high up the table as that. Still very potable, but Stuart's still playing tight, hard pull. Nobody in Division 3 is going to enjoy playing this man. He is trying to make life as hard as possible. Himself very difficult to beat. Again, forces a sort of half error out of Tom. But the way those three yellows are around the red, you fancy Stuart would have to play this with quite a lot of follow through so he doesn't snooker himself if he does pot it. He's electing to go for the red over the bag. Needs to get this back out. There's always the risk of that shot. Always a risk of that shot. Felt he should have took the red down towards the bottom right. Maybe just try and leave it over the bag. Now he's opened up the yellows, he's freed the pocket, and he's in trouble. He knows he's one frame away from losing. It's tough off the near cushion. He's almost resigned to missing it. I think this has almost got to be 3 cushions, but it's not easy at all. He hasn't got the up and down, that's blocked by the yellows. Very difficult this, very difficult. Do not fancy this. Nope, clips the yellow. 2 shots given to Tom. A bit of a reverse of what we've had in the last couple of frames where Tom was dominating the frame and Stuart was just digging in and stopping him from winning it and almost nicking him in the end. He did nick one of them. Now it's Tom's turn to dig in. Tom slightly the more aggressive player. I mean, he was way off of that pot, but free shot. It's bounced up into very potable position. No major damage done with that. Still got easy pots here. Taking left centre. And now he's got options into Devil's Bag or bottom right. Might be thinking just jabbing this through a touch. could play this in a way he goes into the red and just pushes it a bit closer to the cushion, or he plays it hard. He's going to take that red out more and develop it, which is exactly what he's done. Got the main thing, which is the pot. Get a very easy, dirty snooker here. Play the furthest right side yellow at the top of the table to get in behind yellow in the middle, but he's taking the pot on. There's a difference between the two players. Certain Stuart would have played the snooker there, turned down that pot. Tom being more aggressive, and it's not worked for him. Chance for Stuart. Can he control the white back? He's clipped the yellow. He's got a little tricky one into the left centre, and these sort of shots have been his Achilles heel today. He tends to hit the top knuckle. He's missed a few like this. Can he keep himself alive? Again, he's had another look at the angle. Tells me he's not entirely confident on this shot. Can he erase the demons of these middle pocket cuts? Tends to go high on them. He's got that one right though, and stays alive in this match. Much better frame, much more aggressive. 7-5, and this match goes on. Let's know for back, James. That's an outrageous cut by the cut master. Let's know for back, James. Taco's gone. Not sure we came back from the advert. Hopefully we're back now. We back, Zach?
Huh?
Is this all working okay?
I don't know why. What happened?
James said what happened to the stream. Back off for a little bit, but hopefully we're back. It's been, if what you have missed is another war of attrition where they're both trying to, oh thanks James,
Both grueling.
yeah, both trying to take control of this devil's bag. All the balls were clustered around it. Tom did have control. He gave away a foul and Stuart got in behind it, but he accidentally potted. Not the worst outcome in the world. Will that top yellow go? Doesn't. So Stuart's now took control of that bag. Although Tom can get that top yellow away from there now if he wants, but he's not electing to take that shot. Plays the plant to bottom right. White flies up the table. Sure, that was the shot to play, but didn't see this top yellow, which will go. It's a big pocket for him as well. Was absolutely the shot to play. Rattles it in. Rattles it in, and he's left a plant here to the bottom right. Yellow beside the red he will still have to deal with at some point. And it's ever straightforward. It seems both yellows blocked. A chance for Tom now to get in behind that red. He has had to work hard in this match. Beat Stuart Williams. Just will not give it away. Ooh, it's bounced up a little bit. I mean, it will go. Will go. Trying to take control of the other bag now, which again give him a little bit of insurance with regards to black. Got a little snooker again. He is not giving this matchup. Fair play to Stuart. Might not be everyone's cup of tea. The speed he's playing at and the ugliness that he plays sometimes. But you know, there's different pull styles. That's his style. He hasn't been playing pull for very long. He's worked out a way to be competitive with some decent players. Good shot by Tom that. The yellows will now go. And Stuart is now in the danger zone. He needs to pot this into the bottom right. Again, he's playing the snooker. What horrendous, tough pull being played by Stuart Williams here. Shot to nothing, gets the snooker. It looks like an easy hit. Off the top knuckle. Huge target there for Tom. Perfect whirly pots one. Shouldn't miss the yellows from there. Red's not ideal. Hit the knuckle. Ooh, good hit. Stuart Williams is in big, big trouble. This needs to go in. Way, way off. Way, way off. And Tom Skidmore will want to plant this. And he wants a kinder plant than that. The yellow's gone up the table. I think the double into the bottom right is blocked by the red. So he might have to do the back double towards the middle right bag. But just when I thought he was about to cross the finish line in this war of attrition, it still has got some legs left. Good hit by Tom. Don't think he's left the red above the black into the right centre. I guarantee that Stuart is just going to make life as difficult as possible for Tom Skidmore, and yet again he is playing some hard match play pool, Stuart Williams. Can tell the other players in Division 3 they are going to be in a war of attrition against Stuart. He just refuses to give you anything easy. Third, similar shot. This time he's missed. This time Stuart has got the two shots. He has broken Tom down. Question is now, can Stuart take advantage of it? Picking it up. We know he can play hard match play pull, play some tactical shots, and play some great snookers. And we know he can pot a ball. Can he control the cue ball and get a little clearance going? Try too much with that cue ball. Another potential shot to nothing here, playing the pot, but I think his first priority, the way he seems to be playing, is get the safe white. And I think that was his first priority, which kind of took his eye off the pot a bit, missed the pot by quite a bit. He's left this into the top right bag, a tough pot for Tom. Tom finally finished this match off. Way off. Way off. But where's the yellow going? Goes towards the devil's bag. Semi-safe. If Stuart can get a white on the bottom half of the table. But we go on here in what is becoming an absolute war. Stuart again just trying to make life as hard as possible. You would think the back double into the bottom right is possibly on, but the kind of yellow frozen on the cushion, it looks like to me, makes that very difficult, almost impossible to avoid the double kiss. Was able to double it a bit. Couple of reds going safe. Yellow blocks red into the bottom right. We just keep going. We just keep going. Thin one back across the table. Gotta make sure of the pot. I think he will be playing at the pace to develop those two reds, even though it was bang on for it. Because I think he wants to use them again. Put Tom in as much trouble as possible. Very delicate, however. He wants to get in behind those two reds. Red has to hit a cushion. The kind of pace he plays that at. This could go very, very wrong. Yep, that was far too delicate for me. I think getting the white up the table or bouncing the bottom red out a lot further was the shot there. Definitely far too delicate to judge that. Could be all over now. Tom Skidmore to finally finish this match off. He's missed. He's missed the cut back. And he walks away slightly despondent because the energy levels are low. Stuart does not like plants He must get this right. But an easy snooker. The way he's playing the plant, he's going to bring the white over to the left side of the table. He's got to cover the bag at the very least. He played it okay. He didn't play it too aggressively, which has been his style. Safety first as opposed to go all out to cover the bag or get the pot. But Tom Skidmore must be thinking, what the hell is this guy on? He's just making life impossible for me. But Tom did have the cut back. So disappointed he missed it. Off the left side cushion. Gets the hit. My word. Close but no cigar from Tom. But look where the yellows ended up. Horribly in behind the red. Does not want that white to go in. Good. It's a brilliant shot by Stuart. He's got the snooker both ways. Not even sure if Tom's got an option to come off the bottom cushion. He's down quick, so it must be there. Was there. He's got the hit. Red creeps over the right centre bag. For the first time in a long time. Every frame seems to have been like this. But the first time in a long time, Stuart's reds are all open and all potable. But he's going safety first again. He's trying this into the bottom right. No one should he miss. He's got the snooker. Got the snooker. Not convinced. I think there has to be some point where Stuart has to go for it. He's just stopping Tom from winning at the moment as opposed to maybe trying to win himself. Wants to be absolutely sure. I think Tom can nick this. No! It's a foul! It is a foul! He clipped the red! Stuart Williams. Now is the time. He's lifted the white. Was that the right thing to do? Should he have played the red close to the yellow? And just pot it down the bottom left or put it over the bag. Yet again, he's lifted the white. Needs to roll through here off this first one. Can he get a good white after this pot to somehow keep this match going? No, it's a complete nightmare. It is a complete nightmare. He's got down quickly on that one. He's playing much quicker now, which is completely not what he's been doing all match. Can he pop this in? Still in a good position if he can pot it. If he misses, he could be out. He's got it! One of his best pots in a long time, Stuart Williams. And another pressure pot just slightly off the cushion. He takes a breath. I take a breath. Can he pop this into the devil's bag? The black is hanging over the pocket. He's got it. He's got it. Can he hold it together to make the 7-6? Tom Skidmore must be thinking, what the hell's going on? This guy's just playing not to win, but to stop me from winning. But it seems to be working. He was 7-4 down. He's overcut it! He's overcut it! What? He's put his hands ahead the first signs of real emotion that he was feeling it.
Pressure.
That was pressure. I mean, to get into that position, this has been another monster for him. Oh, Stuart. Oh, Stuart, that was pressure. Is he thinking of the big long double here? Is it going to come off the black? Is it going to come off the black? No. And it goes relatively safe, giving Stuart a free shot at this. Little thin nick, bit of distancing the black and the white. Should have been 7-6 already. He's given Tom absolute nightmares in this frame. Can he cut this one in? He looked very nervy on his last black. He's overcut it again! The white has given Tom a chance of a double. And it's one of those kind of shots, if he misses the double, the triple might be on. If it goes, it's the match for Tom Skidmore, and he will want to get out of this building. Stuart's giving him absolute nightmares. Can he get this double? The triple, we said the triple could be on. It's not. He's left it. We're definitely going. Surely he's not going to miss this. Tom Skidmore had a black cut back into the bottom right bag to win this match. He missed it. Stuart kept the frame going for another 20 minutes and somehow sneaks it. It's 7-6. We keep going. Stuart's an absolute nightmare to play against. Has Tom got anything left? Stuart refuses to let him win. By hook or crook or bits of dirt. My word. What a horrible, horrible player Stuart Williams is. Told you, Tom. It was hard work. Well, we keep going. The white goes in. Stuart somehow kept this match alive. I heard Tom take a huge breath. Both players feeling it. There's no doubt about that. Stuart Williams was in a hell last night. He has played a lot of pool. A lot of time on the pool table. Slow player, grinds away. But we've a pretty open break, certainly with these reds. Shots are free shots. He still needs a pot of red to be reds. But you've got to say this is a big chance for Tom. This is the first frame we've had like this in a long time where it doesn't look ugly. Advantage, Tom Skidmore. Well, just when you think it could be over, Tom goes in off. Look at those reds. Just get the white down the table. I mean, it was a potential reverse dish opportunity. But that is an absolute nightmare for him, putting the white in there. He will feel sick. I can guarantee you he will feel absolutely sick. These two yellows, which were problematic for Stuart. Played the plant straight away. He's got a horrible white. He's got a horrible white. The way he's been playing, you'd think he'd just play some sort of horrific dirt in behind that yellow on the top cushion. He is having a look at this. He doesn't like these shots. He did get one eventually, but this one's much closer to the cushion. Yep. This is Stuart all over. This is Stuart Williams all over. What an absolute nightmare to play against. What a horrible man. Somebody go out there and put this guy in jail. What must be going through Tom Skidmore's head? This is meant to be a fun game, Stuart. Absolutely horrible pull. He's putting Tom through the ringer here. Tom must have thought a couple of times this game was all over. But every time he seems to come to the table, it is awkward. He clips the red. Not two shots. A good hit by Tom. Pressure on every single shot. Who can hold it together? You know, you would think that's a horrendous shot and it's not a good shot. Let's not kid ourselves. But I'm not surprised. Both players, I think, are doing well just to stand up at the moment. Got this red now into the right centre, Tom, but the white's going up the table. Could clatter into a yellow. Just squeaks it in. Is there a direct pot on? The red's covered into the devil's bag by the yellow. Does he need to plant these two reds? Nothing, just seems to be going easy for Tom. Does the top one squeeze past? Or is he playing the plant? Forced into the plant. Didn't go. Both players having a little laugh with each other, but I can guarantee you both players feeling horrendous tension out there. Battling to keep it together. We're having a little chat and a joke with each other. Probably will help to calm each other's nerves. This is the thin one. Could clatter into the black. Turning down the yellow. Could have left himself a bit of an awkward bridge there.
I was just out there then, Paul.
Yep.
Tom missed that shot into the bottom right, was it?
Yep.
From our view, and a big sigh after he missed it and just went.
Yep.
And
it's a big shot here by Stuart. Awkward bridging, needs to get it. All the reds are open if he misses. That's a good pot. It's probably the best pot he's played in a long time, but it's an absolutely horrific white. And I can tell you straight away, Stuart's thinking,
dirt.
Where can I play the dirt?
So I said no one's going to want to play Stu.
I did tell Tom earlier.
Tom agreed and said, what do they call him? The grinder.
Horrible to play against.
Knew it's coming.
He's horrible to play against. He's not got the snooker though. He might even be able to get down to the very bottom red, which is the easier pot. Can't tell which one he's aiming at here. I think it's the bottom one. No, it's the top one. He got the clip off the red. Not intended. A little bit of luck by Tom, but boy, he deserves a bit of luck, I feel. Red into the left centre is the easier pot, but it brings the white up the table. The red into the devil's bag is a very ugly thin one. The better shot positionally. He is taken into the middle bag. Has to play it with pace. It's going to knuckle. It's going to knuckle. He got up off that shot quickly and he took a breath. He thought that white was going into the top right bag. He has got a cut here into the devil's bag. Very difficult. Super thin. Far too thin. And this time he doesn't get the luck. He does block. By connecting with one of Stuart's yellows, the two sort of block each other a little bit into the top left. One of them will go into the top right. But Stuart, I mean, surely he pots this. He's already thinking about the double, or the dirt. So many shots. He's done the dirt again. He's not taking pots. He's trying to go for a world record of as many snookers as possible. Why did he not try and pot that into the left centre? This is horrific pull by Stuart Williams, but it seems to be working for him. He's given absolutely nothing to Tom. Look where the white was. He had a pretty simple yellow into the right centre after that. Could have worked something out, but he's turning down pots. He's just snookering Tom to death. That is a good hit. He had to swerve around, but look where the red's gone. There's a big target there for a snooker, and you just know Mr. Williams will be going for that. Is the shot. He doesn't want to hit it too thin and get the white back across the table. So he wants to hit this quite thick. Too bad at all. Not too bad at all.
Tom must be going out of his mind.
Yeah, this must. Look at Tom, hand on the face. You can't enjoy this. Tom come down here on Saturday morning for a nice relaxed game of pool.
3 hours later.
Stuart Williams. That's a great hit. He's potted!
He's potted it.
Tom Skidmore
Oh, God.
finally gets probably a bit of luck that he deserved after being put in his millionth snooker of this match. Plays this. Could it be the winning shot for him? That was a tough snooker. Brilliant hit. Never in a million years could he have thought he could have potted this into the left centre bag. What a hit. Into the left centre bag. And a black to win it. No! It's still alive. We've been here before. Tom has a blacks to win this match. We've been here before. Ed Lewis. Stu is filthy. Absolutely. I mean, you got to play to whatever you can do. I played him last night, Ed, and it was absolutely horrendous. I just wanted to walk off, and it was very similar to this match. He's even worse in this match. What's he doing here? Where's that white going? What are you doing, Stuart? That white could be going into the right centre bag. You try and just little double off the cushion in front of the black. Another little double. A little bit of dirt. That's what he was trying. And he's blocked the cut. No snooker, but he's blocked the cut. I mean, absolute nightmare for Tom. I cannot remember the last time Tom was down. He just had a nice couple of easy, relaxed pots he could play. I mean, the mental effort. If this goes hell, I mean, Tom's big favourite for this frame. If this goes hell, I feel for Tom because energy being required.
Who's going to start getting used to it?
Yeah, well,
These marathons.
I mean, that's that clips of yellow. See you later. Pull from the 90s. Maybe that's where Stuart took his inspiration from. Going for another snooker in here off the left side cushion. In behind the bottom yellow. And look, he just takes this. I mean, he's hard to play against, Stuart. You've got to be extremely patient. Will he go for the pot? Goes for the pot. He gets some incredible luck. He tried to pot into the top left. Ends up cutting into the middle bag on the left-hand side. Massive stroke of luck from Stuart Williams. There's no way he meant that. There's no way he meant that. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he did mean it. It's more dirt. No, he's left it. Has he left it? Has he left the cut into the right centre? Tom wants to finish this match.
Got stuff to do, Paul.
Yeah.
You know, he thought, oh, come down, couple, hour and a half, and be done now.
Could be over this cut. No! He could see too much of it. He could see too much. The black somewhat covers the potting angle for the yellow into the devil's bag. But, I mean, Stuart doesn't even try and pot anymore. Stuart stopped potting 4 frames ago.
You see these?
But he's still alive. Yep. He's still alive. It's working for him. Now, what does Stuart Williams do here? Does he try and pot and get on the yellow? Haven't seen him try a shot like that in a long time. Any value to follow through? This is risky for Stuart. Doesn't try too much with the white. The natural angle, if he pots this yellow, leaves him a simple black into the left centre. If he misses it, you have to say it's game over. Massive shot for Stuart Williams. Huge. Way off. Way off. Where's the white going? Where's the white going? You know, it's probably gone about as safe it was going to from that, but it's very potable. Into the world's toughest bag, the devil's pocket. Tom Skidmore wants this match over. He'll be praying this goes in. Tom Skidmore. He's not got it! He's not got it! It's a very, very safe white. Dead on the cushion.
This game's never going to end, Paul.
Difficult shot this for Stuart. How does he leave it safe? Can't see any safety. Might be forced into the pot. Maybe the crazy double with the yellow towards the devil's bag. Squeeze him behind the black. I mean, it's a nightmare this for Stuart. He's been put in the situation that he's put Tom in a lot of the time. Tom has had about 4 or 5 shots on the black to win this match. This could be Stuart's last shot. Very, very difficult this. I think we're seeing the end of the heroic battle he's put up here.
How's your luck?
Oh, he was close.
Oh.
He was close.
I think that might be game over.
I think we're coming to the end. Tom's just got to hold it together. Easier said than done. Little bit of an awkward bridge for the match. Rattles in Tom Skidmore. 8-6 in an absolute war of attrition. What a battle by Stuart Williams. What a match. Both players will need a beer or something to relax after that. That was horrific at times. Unbelievable match. Filth by Stuart. Tom held it together. Deserved winner. What a battle. Looking forward to seeing some more of Stuart's games in Division 3. He's not going to be enjoyable to play against, but Tom does come through. I'll be playing Tom tomorrow about 2 o'clock.
I've got a game now.
And oh, Zach's up now! Zach is up now against Reese Kinch.
I don't think we're going to stream.